everybody, I'm Allie and welcome to today's video. Look at this fancy fellow. Now this is Shadow. Shadow is a 10-month-old Friesian Appaloosa cross. He is a stallion and he is not quite halter broken and he's not quite got any of his ground manners yet. We have him in a round pen and ready to start training. So let's talk about stallions, folks. They're a little bit more difficult than mares or geldings, especially when they aren't started yet. They are going to take probably twice as long to work with and to get to a good point as some of your other horses. Now, there are exceptions, and especially if you're a stallion, you've been working with him since birth, but especially when you get one that really has not been handled or is basically not trained, it's going to take you a lot longer time. Now, the key to a stallion or to an untouched horse of any type is to get them in a point and in a small space, a round pen, where you can actually get to the point where you can get up and touch them. Now, if you have them in a larger area, it's going to take you twice as long to get them to the point where you can safely handle them. Now, he's just moving along because he's hearing traffic. He's hearing some other stuff. I'm not pushing him at all. I'm just here when he's ready for the release. But right now, he's going to go around and he's going to try to look for places to escape until he feels really comfortable. Now, the big thing that I'm going to be doing is eventually waiting till he stops and he looks at me. And when he stops and relaxes, that's when we're going to start approaching him, because we eventually want to be able to put that halter on him. Now, he walked off. I gave him a little bit of a distance. We're going to try to get in front of him here. So we're going to walk in front of that drive line. There we go. He at least faced me and he changed direction. So remember, that drive line is going to be right there behind the withers. And if you stand behind that drive line, he's going to go forward. Now, if you approach him and right between the head and the shoulders, that's safe zone number 1. And then between the shoulders and the hindquarters right there in the middle in the barrel, that's safe zone number 2. So with stallions, you actually have to think of more along the lines of being defensive, because I've gotten hurt working with stallions more than any other horses, and young ones too. I've gotten pawed in the head and got concussed, and then I had another one break my nose by smacking me in the face with his. So when I say be a little more careful and think of defensive horsemanship, I'm really not kidding. The big thing is going to be handling him and isolating him so that he will actually come to the humans to be his friends. And the big thing, we have to be consistent. So he turned his butt to me. There we go. So see how he looked at me? That's good. I'm going to move back because I got 2 eyes. Anytime he turns his hips to me at all, then I'm going to push him forward. But right now, we've got some licking and chewing. He's actually going to let me come up to him. That's good. That's good. Be now. And there we go. So again, he's moving on his own. When he chooses to stop and look at me, that's when I'm going to approach. But in the meantime, we're just going to move forward. Come on, let's go. So this is going to take multiple days in order to accomplish actually getting him halter broke and getting him to the point where you can put the halter on and off of him. He can respect pressure. That means that he will move away from pressure. We can walk him forward, walk him backward. We can move his forehand. We can move his hindquarters. And we can start that basic foundation and groundwork for him not only to be a nice horse, but to be a gentleman and be able to be handled, and people won't have to worry about him, because stallions can be extremely dangerous. Mainly because of the hormones. They stop thinking. They're like teenagers. They stop thinking about what's going on and start thinking about just that mare that happens to just catch their fancy. So that's why it's really, really important that he has a good foundation. And to do that, like I said, we're going to separate him, put him in a round pen, get him to have manners where he's looking at us. We're going to be able to put the halter on him and off of him, be able to walk him around, be able to back him up, be able to touch all of his feet, and he's going to be able to stand tied. And that's just going to take a little time, but we're going to go slow, and he's going to be a good boy. So stay tuned for the rest of the series. So thank you so much for joining us on today's video. And if you want to see more about Shadow's journey, check out his playlist.